Hey there, tech enthusiasts. This is Saf here from CoolSaf TV. Welcome back to my channel. Before you think to yourself, hey ho, not another iPhone review video, hear me out and watch this video to decide to yourself if this iPhone 15 Pro Max is a worthy upgrade, or if you're in the market for a new phone, or maybe you're thinking about upgrading. Is this phone worth it or not? This video is for you. Or is it another Apple BS to make you sell your kidneys to get this phone? Let's find out. Before I jump into the details after the video, if you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to leave a comment. And if you like the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. It's free to subscribe for you, but it means a lot to me. So without testing your patience further, let's get started. For this year's iPhones, Apple also took a new approach to designing by pairing a titanium band with 100% recycled aluminum, resulting in an iPhone 15 Pro Max that feels noticeably lighter than before. And it also has a new contoured edges that aren't as sharp like last year. That has made a pretty noticeable difference in the comfort while holding it in your hands. And if you pay attention to the bezels and the borders of this iPhone, they are the thinnest ones Apple has ever put on an iPhone, and they actually were able to keep the same display size. Apple also made changes to the repairability of this phone design. So if you break the back glass, the repair cost is $199 on the 15 Pro Max, whereas on the 14 Pro Max it was $549. So definitely a sizable decrease in the cost here. As far as design goes, there's not a huge change in the way it looks compared to the previous iteration, the iPhone 14 Pro Max. However, there are a few, or shall I say, subtle changes to the 15 Pro Max. To start with, the USB-C port, it is here on the 15 Pro Max, and while charging this phone on the USB-C is awesome, and I'm excited about everything you can do with the USB-C. Besides charging your phone, you can charge your AirPods, Apple Watches, and other Android phones, and even read SD cards if you have the right connector. Finally, one charger to charge quite a lot of devices, which is a welcome change. With the Pro iPhones, we are also getting the USB-C port with the USB 3 speed, so you can actually expect about 20 times faster the transfer speeds than before, which can come especially handy if you are a Pro user. Next, it has to do with the action button. It actually replaces the old mute switch, which has been in the iPhone for years. With the customizable button, you can literally program to do anything you want. By default, it will act as a mute switch to silence your phone, but you can use it to enable the focus modes, launch a camera, flashlight, voice memo, series shortcuts. This is the most Android thing Apple has ever put on the iPhone in years. But me personally, I don't see a great usage of this at the moment. Maybe Apple can enhance this feature later by adding single click, double click, or even triple click for certain actions, which could be more productive. So now let's talk about the performance of the iPhone 15 Pro Max. It does come with the new A17 Pro chip, which Apple states is a major step forward in iPhone performance, and is about 10% increase in the CPU performance and around 20% increase in GPU performance. But what surprised me is when Apple announced about its gaming plans. Future of gaming on iPhone is going to be pretty interesting over the next few years. When I heard them talk about Resident Evil and the new Assassin's Creed game being ported to an iPhone as a full console version of those games, and it's not just a dumbed down mobile versions, I was super impressed by that, as Assassin's Creed is one of my favorite games on the console. But again, let's be honest, the 15 Pro Max doesn't noticeably feel like this groundbreaking major step forward, as most of us will be using their phones mainly for social media, emails, browsing, connecting to friends, and taking some pictures or photo editing. Nothing too crazy, but the potential in gaming space is huge, and I feel on this aspect that Apple is really setting themselves up to disrupt the mobile gaming in a big way. Now let's talk about the camera, which is the biggest change. Apple is touting that there's going to be 7 different pro lenses, including a macro, an ultra wide, which is a 13 mm equivalent to 1x, which is 24 mm equivalent, and 1x, which is 28 mm, and a 35 mm lens, and two 48 mm equivalent lenses, and the new 5x telephoto, which is 120 mm. Oh wow, that was a mouthful and a lot. I've seen a lot of things online that the Apple shouldn't be allowed to call these 7 different lenses, and honestly, I don't blame them at all. As a lot of people for thinking this way, as this is easy to think that they are just digital zooms and there's really no difference from the iPhone 14 Pro Max. We also get customizable options, so we can choose between the Pro RAW, which is standard larger file size for 48 megapixel images, or you can even opt for the 48 pixel HEIC format, which is much lower file size, but you're still getting the higher resolution, which is welcome addition to anybody that wants to save a little bit of space. For people like me who are just a casual average point and shoot people, this works as well, as you still get the simple 0.5x, 1x, 2x, and now the 5x zoom, and it also goes all the way up to 25x digital zoom, which is still handy. Here are some of the samples I've taken. So to conclude, my thoughts using the phone past 2 weeks. First, let me say I'm kind of disappointed with the battery life, as I'm getting around 7 to 8 hours of screen on time, which when compared to the last year's 14 Pro Max is substantially lower, as I used to get around 10 hours of screen on time using the iPhone 14 Pro Max. A lot of users online have complained about the heating issues. However, in my usage past 2 weeks, I've never seen any kind of heating issues. It's definitely not a groundbreaking change if you are coming from using an iPhone 14 Pro Max or iPhone 14 Pro, and I would say skip this version and keep the 14 Pro or the 14 Pro Max. However, if you are coming from using an older iPhone like the iPhone 12 or 13, yes, this would be a very good upgrade. But again, everyone's use case scenario is very different, but everyone's income, their budgets are going to be different as well. But we do live in this modern age of technology where right now there are new phones coming every year and there's new cameras dropping every 3 months. So it's very easy to get caught up in the game of, oh, I need to have the newest, greatest thing. But you have to look at your own situation. Look at how you utilize the devices and ask yourself, truly, does it make sense for me to upgrade to this or not? Like I said, I absolutely love the phone. It's a great phone, no doubt. Again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more tech related content. Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. Until next time, stay curious and embrace innovations. Thank you.